take a trip back down memory lane to December 11th of last year during the Game Awards. Everyone's favorite event to see which game they can just make an agenda on and which game they can just say, this is the best game of the year and this is why. This year the big story was Expedition 33 dominating the competition, winning every single category that they were in, basically. I think other than just the fan vote one, which a gotcha game one, I think, because, they get rewards from it. That doesn't really matter. What I really want to talk about is, one of the main events of the entire thing, which is the game trailers. The big reveals, just the time for everyone to get hype for games that are coming out. And one specifically I want to talk about is the one that they did last. The one that Jeff Keighley, before, it revealed, Jeff Keighley was hyping it up, talking about how good it was going to be and how cool it is. And then we all got Highguard. We got the trailer for Highguard, which is notably known for just being an utter and sheer disappointment to everyone who waited the entire time to see a big game revealed. Because usually at the end, the final game reveal is meant to be to get everyone hyped, to be like the biggest game of the year, the biggest event of the year. And I think usually people have to pay like a higher price for theirs to go last, just because that's the main event. That's when everyone's watching, because it is effectively right before game of the year, but they do the symphony and everything. And so it's kind of when most eyes are going to be on the show. So when the trailer for Highguard showed, many other people, and also myself, was kind of just significantly disappointed with what it was. Not a lot of people expected this type of game to be revealed. Everyone thought it'd be one that had hype from a franchise that everyone cared about, but no, it was a game that no one had ever heard of, that was like, it's a world premiere. And so as soon as the game was announced, it immediately looked like it was not going to go well for the game. And the reason why I want to talk about it now is because the game releases in 4 days. It releases on the 26th. And I don't know if anyone knew that other than me. I literally just got reminded from a Twitter post about someone saying how the game is getting released and it has not done any advertising. And I legitimately think the trailer bombed so unbelievably bad during the Game Awards that they just completely decided not to advertise it in any capacity in any way. Because I have not seen a single ad, a single news article, a single anything, a single promotion for this, other than just when it was on the Game Awards. So it was so badly received that apparently they just gave up on marketing. They just said, fuck it, we don't care anymore. And then now the game comes out in less than a week. I think a big reason why so many people were mad at the game being released, or for the game being the last one, is just because it was the last one. Everyone was expecting like a really hyped franchise, a really anticipated game, just for it to be Highguard. And apparently the thing came out recently that they didn't even pay for that slot. They didn't specifically ask to go last. From what I've seen is that Jeff Keighley had a game pull out of or just say that they weren't going to be ready for the trailer. And apparently he really liked Highguard, so he offered them the final spot, and they just said, sure, we'll take it. And so what could have been a really good moment for them, that you get a lot of hype around the game, just completely in its entirety suicide bombed the game's reputation on its just first ever reveal, on its world premiere. Any hype and any anticipation for the game just went out the window. And so I kind of want to play the game when it comes out to see, is it good or is it bad? It's from the developers of Apex Legends and Titanfall. So, 2 games that I'm not really the biggest fans of. I played a little bit of Apex Legends. I don't really think I played any Titanfall at all. So, I want to play it and see how it goes. Is it worth the reputation that it got for being a massive disappointment, or is it at least somewhat fun? Because if it is fun, if it actually becomes a good game that a lot of people like, it's going to be just really unfortunate for them that they kind of got screwed over by the situation of them just going last in the Game Awards. I wanted to take a peek at the Steam page, look at it and to see how it's going. And here you even look at the page for it. All we get is the original release trailer, and then it, just screenshots from the trailer itself. So we really don't have anything other than that initial release trailer to give us any idea of what the game is. It says it's a PvP raid shooter where players will ride, fight, and raid as wardens. Arcane gunslingers sent to fight for control of a mythical continent. That's legitimately all we know about this game. We have one more sentence, actually. We have 2 sentences. Battle rival warden crews for possession of the shield breaker, then break and destroy into the enemy base and secure territory in its all-new breed of shooter. That's all we know about it. That's legitimately all we know, other than the developers. No reviews. There's 22 curators. Let's see what the curators have to say. It's recommended, hey. Okay, so we have if it's recommended or not. If it is has anti-cheat. What the fuck is this guy's review? Just absolutely nothing. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Just a blank quote. Okay. A blank quote. Yikes, not recommended. Alright, we have one of these like psychopathic anti-woke ones, which is okay. You know, a DEI MOBA made for mentally ill communists who don't even know what a woman is. Sweet baby ink love this game. So now I actually might need to play this game because if these psychopaths don't want people to play the game, it might be actually good. Because you know, usually it's a good indicator of whether a game's good or not is if these people are getting mad. More anti-cheat. This guy says it's good. This guy says another Concord, but this is also, you know, another one of those woke detectors. Okay, so what I'm noticing, which is kind of interesting, is that most of the curators are just woke detectors, so I can't really get a good read on if the game's good or not. So that's not what you want to be advertising your game. It's like a bunch of woke detectors. Okay. Apparently a curator just fucking died because it was 22 when I clicked on it. Now they're gone, so I just killed someone, unfortunately. I'm kind of excited to see if this game is good or not. You know, we have the woke detector saying it's woe, which means that it might be actually good. Even though I don't know how anyone's actually played this game, and I don't know how those curators got their hands on the game in any way. So, you know, well, I'll mark down my calendar for January 26, 2026, and be seated and ready for the Highguard, the game of the century, the game of the year. Oh, hold on. There we now. Now we're ready. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. So, thank you for watching. Goodbye.